Hey guys, welcome back to another reading over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Bonjour, Shamai. Today we're going to be doing a reading for all you guys born in the year of the rooster, all you chicken people. We're going to give these a quick shuffle up. We're going to see how things are going. We're going to basically pick 3 cards and we're going to see how this week favors for you. Let's give this a quick mix around and let's see what's clucking. Let's stop there. We'll go that one from the bottom. We'll go that one from the middle. We'll go that one from the top. And what have we got? We got a white, black, black. Okay, so we're starting off with this white positive card. We got the black there. It could be better, could be worse. I mean, it's all a bit of a mix and show, but we do know that the black isn't always an attack. We are going to look at the compatibilities and we're going to turn it over. And from the get-go, we've got a nice white tiger coming in there. Now, that tiger, just like with most signs, there isn't a massive kind of rivalry between that tiger and the rooster. The tiger tends to be universally liked, even by its own conflict sign, the monkey. The thing with the rooster and the tiger is they're very similar in the sense that they're both kind of, they're not shy to take on something that most people would shy away from. There's something that you're up against that most people would probably give up on, and they would say, do you know what, this is too much for me, or it's not worth it. You're not that person. You are the type of person that says, do you know what, I'm the one that's going to do this. Watch me take over. Watch me, let me basically kick it up a notch. That's what you're doing. You're coming in to kick it up a notch and show off a little bit. You show off, little chicken, because seriously, right now, it seems that this could potentially be something that pushes you in the right place. Not that you've got anything to prove, but it definitely validates you. It will definitely validate you as you move forward. I think right now as well, there is a lot going on where the littlest things could irritate you to the point where you could just give up on it just as quickly as you've picked it up. I think right now you're juggling. You're juggling and it all depends. Like, this is being strategic. You're being tactical. It all depends on what's worth it. You have nothing against anything that you're juggling right now. But if something proves not to be a good investment, then it's going to get dropped and you're just going to discard it. And that's okay, because you're not here to be a juggler. You're not here to do this performance. You're just doing this because you are the one that is capable of doing so. If anything, you are a dauntless perfectionist, and you can juggle very, very well. You can make this look easy, almost. You can look pretty much any hard job, let's put it this way. When you pick up that slack, you impress people. And I think right now there is an opportunity for exactly that. And that's why you're not going to waste your time on things that are slowing you down or making you look less impressive. I think this has got something to do with ego, but not necessarily in a massive bad way. Unless, of course, you're letting it get the better of you. And then, of course, it's going to make you come across as obnoxious, arrogant, just overall rude, and just, I don't know, being one-upmanship, is that it? Like that kind of thing, you know? We got that rat coming in here as well. This has probably got something to do with family, perhaps. Maybe there is not a conflict within the family, not something that you've had to, I don't know, tackle, but potentially it is something that you've had to pick up and be a part of that you wouldn't necessarily be a part of before. Almost like it's family members that are relying on you. It's family members that are coming in and they're causing this communication issue where they're not listening to you. You're not understanding or hearing them. You're talking and talking, but turning it into arguments or getting defensive. You're both kind of losing patience with each other. Maybe it's got nothing to do with family, but it's definitely got something to do with somebody that's quite close to you. You're kind of in this place where they're standing on your toes. Your toes are getting stepped on. And I think right now it's easy to criticize that person because that person is in your firing line. It's because they're there. You're being picky. You're being petty. You're being competitive. You're fault finding. You're there just kind of, as I say, I don't know if it's a case of one-upmanship where you're just trying to have that kind of ego and bravado and just trying to prove a point. But it's definitely having an effect on those around you, particularly those in your close vicinity. Whether or not that is good or bad, that's up to you, but you're definitely able to handle anything that comes your way in a conflict or a clash kind of way. If things are clashing between you and another person, I think really you're the one that is going to come out on top. I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to be a good outcome. It's just, it's not going to necessarily be bad for you. There are things that you can do, of course. There are things that you can put into place, into place that will almost secure your victory. You know, you could be strategic here, you could be tactical here, you could pre-plan, you could have this idea of like chess, predicting the other player's moves, or trying to outdo the other person. And I think really in doing this is just going to create more animosity and more frustration and more irritation, and potentially it could just be worth just sitting down and saying, look, let's talk about this. Let's communicate. Let's try and understand each other and fix this. Maybe it's just the time to try and fix this right now, rather than trying to, as I say, have that kind of competitive one-upmanship sort of attitude. I think really the competitive side is the problem here. You've got a very competitive streak in you, and you play to win. Roosters play to win. Like, why else would you play the game? Why else would you play the game? And because you think you can do things better, you're getting argumentative, and it's leading to frustration. But we've got that karmic card in there now, that negative karmic card, the snake, and that snake is in your affinity triangle. It's actually quite a good card for you, black or white, because, as I say, you are highly compatible with the snake. That snake is a karmic card, so there are things at play here. There are things that are happening around you, which are universal. They're meant to happen. They were always meant to happen. They're gonna happen regardless of if you like it or not. This is definitely a romantic card. This is definitely some sort of like possessiveness, or this it's not jealousy, but almost like as I say, competitive between lovers or family members, people that are relatively close to you. Basically, people that you actually care about, and you care about their opinion. You actually care about how they think. You care about what they think about you. You care about how things are you know, processed by them in regards to you. They watch you. They're a part of your life. They are maybe not criticizing you, but they're definitely keeping an eye on you and observing what you do. And you are aware of this. You are aware of this. Doesn't make it any easier, of course, because being frustrated with somebody that's in close proximity to you, or somebody that's around you, and with an attitude of one-upmanship, or trying to do better, or trying to win, there is going to be this, I'd like to say, this phase of conflict, this phase of not spitefulness and pettiness, but the snake is a very selfish card. And I'm thinking, it's probably an act of selfishness that you are acting like this. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I never say this in an intention to offend people, because so many people think that when I say selfish, it's such a bad thing. But there's nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. You've got to look after you. You've got to look after who you are. You've got to look after yourself, your mind, your sort of emotional levels, your physical self, your mental state. You've got to keep your wits about you when it comes to yourself, and that's self-care, which is selfish. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's all a matter of perspective. So I'm not saying that you being selfish is the problem here. I'm going to say, oh, you're too selfish, you've caused all the problems. No, potentially it's that you've not been selfish enough. Potentially it's because you've been pushed to your last tether, and you've been pushed into this place because you just keep giving in, and people keep taking advantage, and people keep underappreciating you, and people keep expecting things of you, and they just keep on and on and on and on in your face about stuff. Do this, get this done, and the lack of appreciation, or the lack of gratitude, or the lack of respect. It's things like this that have pushed you into a place where you've gone, hey, enough's enough. I'm not putting up with this anymore, because I could do this better, and I'm not going to put up with this jibber jabber anymore. And potentially that's where you're at now, where you've just kind of not given up, but you're willing to get your spurs out. Maybe your spurs are, maybe that's it. You're sharpening your spurs, and the next person that ruffles your feathers, they're gonna find out what it feels like to be on the sharpie end, aren't they? But we'll find out next week, won't we, when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the rooster. I'll be back tomorrow for a reading, which will be for the last two of the week, which will be the dog and the pig. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. If you are following the videos just to learn more about the Chinese Zodiac, then I'll see you tomorrow for those readings. If you are only following the rooster videos because you are indeed a rooster, or because you know somebody in the year of the rooster, I will see you next week when we come back next Friday and do another reading for you guys. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.